welcome back to Life with Joe. Since my first video was just like a challenge video, I guess, I'm gonna make my second video an introduction about me, who I am, what I do. So yeah, my name is Joe Hernandez. I am 15 years old and I was born and raised in the Rio Grande Valley. And if you don't know where that is, you know how Texas looks? The very, very bottom point of Texas, that's where I live. Okay, so I am an aspiring actor, and what that means is I have an agent. I have an IMDb page because I'm currently filming in a movie, but I'm trying to get up there and work my way up to like bigger films, bigger movies, TV shows, commercials, whatever the case may be. But I've been really into acting since I was 8 years old. I was in theater a lot growing up in elementary, middle school, and now in high school. But the thing is, how I got my agent was because I went to this group called The Celebrity Experience when I was 8 years old. But the thing was that I was still kind of shy and not really a talkative person. So for me, that was a lot to experience being 8 years old at that time. So my mentor, his name was Adrian Armante, and if you don't know who that is, he played Esteban on The Suite Life of Zack and Cody, and he's been mentoring me ever since I was 8 years old because he saw the potential I had, and being at that stage, he saw potential in me that I didn't even see then, and he did not want to give up on me, so he kept telling me, whenever I have these programs, come back and like audition, come back and try out, come back and try out. So I was like, okay. I think it was 3 years ago that he came back down, and I wasn't originally gonna go because I felt that I wasn't good enough at that stage yet to put myself out there in front of these people. Like, I was nervous, but I told myself, no, like, you should try it. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Like, why would you give it up? So I decided to go, and I met again with Adrian Armante. He remembered who I was because we kept in touch since I was 8 years old until at that time I was 13 years old. Sorry, I can't do math. I was 13 years old. And the fact that he still remembered who I was because he like saw the potential in me was like awesome. So I went and I signed the papers. I sat in that room, watched the video, and I auditioned for him. And I remember telling my mom, like, I'm nervous, like, I don't know if I want to do this, I'm scared, I have nerves. And she was telling me, no, it's fine, like, you're gonna do this, you can go. So I did. I went in, I said my name, introduced myself, and I did the commercial that was handed to me. So I remember auditioning and just like really, I don't know, nerve-wracking, because like they smile at everybody, right? But you look and you see that smile and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to perform something for them. So I did perform that, and then I went home and they were saying, okay, well around 6 or 7 you'll get a call back if you got a call back, and if not, then I'm sorry, but you can try again. And the audition was at like 12 in the afternoon. So I had all that time that I had to wait to see if I got a call back. And so I went about my day, went out with my family, but I remember seeing the time pass. It was 6, then 6:30, then 7, then 7:30, and I was like, oh, like I was preparing myself, like saying I didn't get a call back, you know, and I was fine with it because I was sad, but I told myself it's not the end of the world. It's not going to be the only time you're going to be able to do this. But then at, I think it was 7:45 or maybe 8, I got the call back saying, oh yeah, we picked you for this. So I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, everything changed for me at that point. Just the audition part, that changed me. So how that went was I did the showcase, that's what it's called, and I auditioned for agents. So I had to meet with those agents that had callbacks for me. So I went, and I think it was five agents I had to go meet with. So I met with each one of them. I ended up signing with one of them. And in January, I went to LA to do the LA Showcase, which is also part of Adrian Almonte's program. So I went to that and I met all these amazing people. Like, they're so talented, so sweet, so amazing. And that's what this process is that when you're in showbiz or like going through it, you meet all these different people that's like, wow, I didn't know there was someone like me in a whole different state, whole different country. Like, it was so mind-blowing for me. Like, the fact that I got to meet really good friends that I have now, that I have in Australia, I have one in Switzerland, I have like all over the world, and it was mind-boggling. So I went over there and there was these different classes that would teach us technique, skill, and improv. So each day it was something different and it was a week long. So I went and I met with those different teachers. There were Matt Timmons, which was Woody from The Sweet Life on Deck. Tanya Chisholm, I'm sorry, I don't remember what her last name was. I'll input it somewhere here if I remember it. What? Oh yeah. Gino Segers from Pair of Kings. Jonathan Goldstein, which is the dad from Drake and Josh. And those were our mentors, like the ones that would teach us the different skills, different techniques and all that. And it was really cool. And so on the first day we got there, and of course it was introduction week. So we got there, we met all the people, and we got assigned a scene. And I got assigned with two girls that were my scene partners. And they were really great girls. They were really, really great. We had a really great connection on stage. I just felt it, and they were just really, really awesome. It was like a really big deal for me. I got to be filmed. I got to learn how to act correctly. I got to learn how to go on stage, how to introduce myself, and I learned words that I never even like knew about, like those slate, which was saying your name, your age, and what you're performing for them. And I just thought that was called an introduction, but it wasn't. And the thing was, over there, I had ended up getting signed on by a different agent, which is good because my contract had just ended with this other agent. So I signed on with this other agent who right now I'm currently represented by, what's his name? Oh yeah. Currently represented by her. So that's how it all started. And I signed with her and I started getting, oh, here you have a commercial for this, you have an audition for this, you have an audition for that. So I was like, oh wow, like it all just came at once. But the thing was, it wasn't stressful, it was exciting, it was fun, because it's something I really love doing. So it didn't really feel like work. You get me? It felt like you're just playing around, you're just having fun. Because if you're doing something you love, it doesn't feel like if you're working. Like as soon as I get saying, oh, you have this audition, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to go, I don't feel like this. It's like, no, like I want to go. This is fun. Like, this is what I do. My passion is performing. So it's really fun for me. And I remember the first time I ever had an audition, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty bad. I walked in there and I felt fine, I was confident, right? But you're not gonna see all of the judges with like a smile on their face, some maybe like no expression whatsoever. And that's what kind of freaked me out, was because I didn't know that. So if you ever want to like go into showbiz, know that. Heads up, because that's what really freaked me out. I was like, oh, is he mad? Is he not mad? Does he like it? Does he not like it? And like all these things were running through my head, and so that affected me with my performance. So I just got really nervous where my legs were literally like shaking. And after all was done, I walked out and I told my mom, no, like this is, no, that was not a good audition. But then I remembered, like, don't feel bad, because I've gotten told this so many times. I've gotten told, you're gonna hear a whole bunch of no's before you hear one yes. Meaning you're gonna go to a whole bunch of auditions and you're gonna say, no, you did not get the part, no, you did not get the part, before you hear, yes, you did. And that's exactly what happened. because I'll go to different auditions and I kept hearing, no, you're not a good fit for it, or no, like you live too far away for it, or something like that. But I remember getting the email saying, oh, you have an audition for this movie. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So I went and I auditioned for it. And then it was like a week later, my mom got the call and she told me, and I got the part for that movie. So that, again, was a really big life turning point for me because I was excited. It was something I loved and was dreaming about doing forever. Literally, since I was 8 years old. And so all of that just kept me going and saying, you can do this, you can do this. Like, even now, if there's something I feel not good about, I still tell myself, you did all of this and you don't feel confident about doing this. You can do it. So I guess that really helped a lot too with my self-confidence, because if I'm being honest, I was not very self-confident at all. I lived in my own little bubble and I did not show myself to anybody like as the goofy person, as the funny person, as the outgoing person, and that's what I'm known for now. I'm known as, oh, she's really funny, oh, she's really goofy, oh, she's really outgoing. And I've heard people ask me, how are you so confident? And I'm just like, wow, like, I guess I am. Like, I show confidence now, and that's a really big deal for me, hearing from people, because I never really had confidence before. So all of this really helped with my confidence, and I'm so grateful for that, because I still feel that if I wouldn't have pushed myself and if my mom wouldn't have pushed me to do it, I would have still been that shy, quiet, insecure girl, and I'm not. So yeah, that's how my life is shaped now, and you're all caught up to date. So I will leave my social medias down in the description box so you can go follow me and stay up to date with what I do. On my Instagram, I post a lot of things, what I'm doing. Like, if I have an audition, I'll post I have an audition. If I got something, I'll post that I got something, you know? So I'll put my social medias down, and yeah, thank you